Me again. I feel like we're on the home stretch. So literally I have just closed the laptop to work, ran straight outside because what I've got done, as you guys know, I've been stopping to run in and make our meal for the evening, harvesting stuff from the garden, running in and cooking it. Tonight I've put some meat in the slow cooker and I'm trying slow cooker roasties as well on the hottest day of the week that we've had. But anyway, so I've got those going away. I'm going to bank some more veg on top and just hope that that works and just literally have a kind of a one pot. What I did this morning, I came out, so first of all, welcome. If you're new here, my name's Tracy and I'm in the middle of a Challenge Annika style clear the veg plot of weeds by tomorrow night. I've been on it all week and it's going pretty well. I'm out here with my trusty basket because I'm going to work on this bed here, which I call the tea bed, because it's got lots of herbs and things in it that are suitable for teas and culinary use as well, not just sort of medicinal. And I want to get a load of herbs harvested. But I came out here this morning, sorry if that's making you dizzy. I came out here this morning because I was in bed last night and all I could think about was this particular bed we call the argument bed because there's been one or two arguments over it. Nice arguments. Well, you know, let's have a look. So this bed had the cauliflowers in it that you guys have seen previously that have blown. They are now happily living their lives out in the chickens and the pigs pens, and the chickens and pigs are really happy with them, I'm sure. So this bed now is pretty much done of the state that I want to get them to, as in I will be putting extra things in up and coming, but not during this challenge that I've set myself. Seems to have turned into a bit of a challenge of clearing all of the weeds in this plot by the time I go to bed tomorrow night. So I was thinking I've got no chance of getting this done, and I want to be on top of it for the weekend. So I came in this morning and I spent a half an hour in here clearing all of this, putting it into 2 barrows, and Grace has very kindly gone and split the barrows between the pigs and the chickens. I need these for what I'm about to do, and so now I'm going to work on the tea bed. Let's get this as well. There's the bed from last night. Not looking too bad. There's one there, oh no, that's the some of the beans were growing up the Jerusalem artichoke canes, so I sacrificed left the Jerusalem artichokes but chopped them so that they'd stop growing at least, because they're absolutely taking over. So this bed is what I want to work on. You would think it's an apple mint bed. It's not. It's supposed to have a lot of other stuff in it, and there's some other exciting things that I want to share to you. Exciting if you're a gardener, that is, not according to the kids, but hopefully you'll enjoy it with me. So I'm going to take a load of apple mint because, as you will see in a video coming up, quite a lot going on this week. I started a vlog video at the weekend, and you will see, I'm hoping to get that out tomorrow, probably Friday or something like that, and it's kind of what we've been doing last weekend and a few other things this week where it's been around the garden, or not garden related as such. So some of you might look and think, I'm sure I've seen that somewhere else. You'll have seen some photos and things like that on Instagram if you follow us on there. If not, please just take a look and enjoy the video for what it is. What was I going to say? Couldn't remember what I was going to say then. So in that video you'll see that I had to throw away a lot of dried apple mint, which is what I tried to dry whilst we were away on holiday, just so I didn't waste it. I didn't need to worry because it's already grown back and it's thriving even more so. So essentially for this bed I need to just get on top of it. Now I'm going to show you this borage up here because the bees absolutely love it. I was a little bit concerned, or felt a bit guilty, because I took some borage out of the bean bed over there just because it was completely taken over, as you saw in last night's video. But look at the amount of bees on here. They are literally all over. So I'm going to leave as much of this as I can. Not sure if you can see them on the camera there, but they are super duper happy. Look at this one. Oh my goodness, bumblebee. Oh, and a ladybird. Oh, everybody's so happy. Look. Oh look, I'm loving this. Right, you're gonna have to stay all that mint. They're like proper oh, a butterfly just hit me. Look at this. Oh my goodness gracious me. I'm like, I didn't see all of these guys. Okay, so they love the apple mint flowers. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave a lot of this then. And you under there, you happy there too? Isn't that lovely? I think delirium's setting in towards the end of the week, so I'm gonna have to leave a lot of those flowers, aren't I? Right, I'm going to harvest some of the apple mint, not the ones with the leaves, with the flowers on, and get that in my basket because I want to start getting that dried out. I want to do the same for the rosemary. and the oregano. And then once I've got the stuff to harvest, just looking at what's going to be left. Well, it's much later on. I'm happy. Grace has been out and helped me. She's done a fantastic job. Stephen is busy doing his tidy ups that he's doing. He's got his new tools arrived. Show you that another time. And Jack has been doing the area in front of the barn that was just prolific with weeds. So we are getting through this. My designated area is obviously the veg plot, and Grace has helped me a little bit. Let me show you what she's done and what I've done. So the decisions have been made that we are going to harvest these potatoes on Saturday. I'm going to try and pull those thistles out beforehand. If I don't, I can just do it all in one go, and I'm totally fine with that. Grace has worked down the edge of in between these beds, and also this one. This one is a lot more unruly because it didn't have the ground membrane on it. Just going to move that while I'm talking to you. That's it. So there's what, six red cabbages in here. She's weeded all in between them. The net is for the majority back on, but unfortunately it's suffered a little bit. So it's just, you know, keeping the pigeons off, but as the white butterflies where possible. I've actually invested in some of that BT, how do you say it, Bacillus thuringiensis, that Charles Dowden goes on about. Very kindly from you guys that have donated on Buy Me a Coffee, I've been able to get some of that, so thank you so much. The back of this has got sweet corn in it. Obviously that doesn't necessarily need netting, but it's got some on, and I've let the net come off the back there because there's a little, I was going to say swede, come on Tracy, a squash in the back that seems to be doing okay. So she's done all of this bed and these two pathways, and I think that's an absolutely grand job. She's also tried to tame these potatoes a little bit by pushing them over. Not sure that we will harvest these at the weekend, probably Sunday actually, not Saturday, because they're not as far on as these ones, and I'm a little bit worried about these ones now. I've had a little look about and the tubers look okay, but I'll probably need to get these pulled sooner rather than later, just because of the blightish look. I'm not sure if it's got worse, I think, since, oh, it's got worse since we last spoke, but you can see they're looking really good. So I'm just going to hide that under there, because obviously these ones that have been exposed have gone a little bit green. So we'll get those out on Saturday. Anyway, let's head over. No editing on this, sorry guys. Whew, let's head over to where I've been working, through the pathway that's been weeded to the pathway that hasn't, because we haven't got to these two beds yet. But this, okay, hang on, I need to prepare you for this. There's a story once my son went to the hairdressers and he asked for what was it, an open blade? I can't remember the phrase, and the hairdresser looked at him and he said, "You do realise how short that is, don't you? It's like really scalped." He's like, yeah, it's totally fine. One shave off with the hair, with the clippers, and my son was devastated. He didn't quite realise how scalped he was going to be. Needless to say, it's all grown back and everything was fine. Do you get where I'm coming from? So I know I said I was going to leave a lot of stuff in this bed. What's happened is it even the same bed, I hear you ask? I can imagine this will upset a few people because of the amount of bees that were here. So let me explain. The borage, let me find, I've left some to show you. These here are completely rotted on the bottom, and the borage, there's one there, one here, there's another two that I can't see at the moment, but they were literally dying from the bottom up, and they were going to be rotting anytime soon, and I'm going to have to come back to it and get it all taken out. So I just thought I'm going to do it tonight. Now, all of the apple mint, this, as we know, will grow back very, very quickly, because I only cut this back a month ago and it had already taken back over. And I've got other herbs that I want to get in and to give a fighting chance this year. No, I haven't forgotten about the bees at all. There is a nice borage plant, young and healthy, at the back there that will come on and will continue to feed the bees. And there is tons of other stuff that they're feeding on. So please don't be upset by that. I really needed to get on top of this for me. I don't know why I feel like I need to explain that, but I do. So I'm really happy with how this is looking, because I have bought some new herbs and I'll show you them. I don't think I'm going to have time in this video because I've still got quite a lot to do, so maybe I'll start off with that tomorrow. In fact, we'll keep that to the weekend, because that'll be one of my normal gardening things that I can get done once I'm on top of the week. But for today, this is what I wanted to get achieved, and I've done it, and I'm really, really pleased. Now, I have taken some herb cuttings along the way because I'm going to get these dried. So here, and apologies for Stephen's excitement with his new tool in the background, he's doing a grand job. We've got the apple mint, that's going to go in the dehydrator. I've literally just picked the tops of it, and you can see it's already starting to dry itself. Tons of rosemary, tons of the stuff, and that's just off this plant, which you can see has got loads left on it. I could take the same again and not even make a dent. And then I've got all of this oregano that I think I'm just going to hang upside down, and then the bees can still enjoy the flowers while it's hung drying. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts on that. There's also another little bit of mint in here, which is, I think it's a chocolate mint that I got, that was just a tiny little pot, one of those little pots over there, that I'll just dry it all together. So tons of herbs there to dry, which I need to get done tonight really. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how that looks. This is my last bit for the bucket, and then I just need to clean up along here. But my goodness me, when you came in here earlier on in the week, you couldn't get down this path, and this bed was just overrun, absolutely unloved. So that's tonight's job. Now tomorrow, I've literally only got tomorrow left. Right, obviously this bed is still undone, not finished. And the raspberry, gooseberry and fruit bed, that shouldn't take me too long, because I'm not pruning, I'm just weeding. And there are nettles and things in there, and I really do need, I've been nettled to death. Well, not quite literally, I've been nettled a lot doing the bed that I've just done. There's quite a few nettles under this gooseberry patch just down there, maybe you can see that. So those 2 beds are left to do. I'm going to ask Stephen to chop this perennial kale, and I'm just going to hang them in the chickens, because then that'll give that time to come back throughout the autumn when I've got loads of other stuff and I don't need it in time for winter, when I can use it as our food and also as the chicken food. Then the other bed that needs doing, well, there's 2 more here, well 3 actually. When we're going to have time to do this before bedtime tomorrow, I don't know. There's this one that you can see just in the corner. There's broccolis and things that have gone over there that we have harvested. It's just the side shoots that have come back and we haven't got to. They're all going to go to the pigs. We've got about another month left with our pigs, so we'll be feeding them as much as we can from the garden. And then the super disappointing strawberry bed. More nettles and thistles than strawberries this year. The better strawberries with the newer plants in the veg garden bit. These are slightly older. They're not old though, they're only 2 years old. By no means should be finished yet. You know, they should go on cropping for a long time. So I don't know what's happened with those. And then quite easily, the only other thing left on the asparagus bed, there's just some thistles that have come up along the edges. It'll come out really quickly though. So hopefully we'll still be able to get this done. I'm hoping to come out again before work nice and early when the sun comes up in the morning. We shall see. But I'm making good progress, really pleased. And I can hear Stephen is really enjoying himself with his new toy. So we will see you tomorrow. Again, thank you for sticking with me if you've got this far. I really appreciate it. We're getting there, and I'm so pleased that it's actually getting other people's, you know, the proverbial kick up the you-know-what to get out and do stuff as well, because I've been reading all your comments and I think they're absolutely fab, and that you guys are getting out and doing it too is motivation for me. So thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you tomorrow.